Hi guys, it's Miley, Ayama舞莉です。So in today's video, I'm gonna talk to you guys about college life and what I wish I kind of knew, or like what I would have wanted to know, and like how I could have prepared for college. Just for like people who don't know me, I was at a university called Waseda University. I actually switched majors after my first year from engineering to political science and economics, just because I had a lot. I don't know, I have another video about myself explaining those things, so you can go watch it. But yeah, so I changed majors and I go to a different campus now, and it's quite the different experience. I personally didn't really have much fun the first semester, and I wish I knew things beforehand, and so I'm gonna go through things that I wish I did or I wish I knew. So let's get started. I kind of like wrote some up, so I'm gonna like talk to you guys about what I wish I knew or wish I did. So the first thing was I wish I did more things. Like when I first joined, I was like, okay, like, well, people in engineering, probably boring. Like I was kind of in high school, so I still had that going in myself, and I was very not open to like hanging out with new people that I didn't think were gonna be cool, but they ended up really cool. But I was like, okay, like I don't want to hang out with these people. Like I miss high school, I miss my friends. Like people were so different from like my friend group from high school, and I was just like not willing to do things. But I wish I really did. Like there's so many clubs that are offered, and there's so many like varsity sports that I could have joined, but I didn't go out of my way to do those things, and I really wish I did. Especially if you're in a dorm, like you should go out there and like talk to your like dorm mates, or you know, your floor mates. And like, well, I wasn't in a dorm, so my only option was to like hang out with people from my major, or yeah, and I really didn't, and I really wish I did, and I think that would have probably changed my whole first year experience. Don't be afraid to go out there and do things that you've never done before. And yeah, which kind of follows through to my next point, is to meet new people. And I really wasn't willing to like meet new people when I first joined. I had work, and I was like, okay, like I have no time hanging out with people from college. But that really kind of brought me down later on, and I wish I really went out there. I know college is really different, like especially if you're moving out of your hometown. Like you're meeting these new people, you know, you're kind of scared, like you don't want to go out of your way to talk to people, but that really is the only way and like the only chance you have to like meet people and find people that you might like hang out with. And so I really wish I went out of my way to meet more people and meet new people. And yeah, so for you freshmen or incoming freshmen, like I hope you guys try to meet more people. Like, and this also leads to my next point, like expect people that you've never met before, like the types of people you've never met before. Like there were so many people in engineering that I was like, okay, I never knew these kind of people existed. Like they're so different from who I used to hang out with, and I wasn't really willing to like break the ice with them. And I was just kind of like, okay, like I don't know how to communicate with these people, and I kind of shut myself down. And I really wish I didn't. You know, expect people you've actually never kind of, you know, hanged out with before in high school or middle school, you know? In college, you really have to like go out of your way to, you know, socialize, make new friends. And once I did, I really enjoyed uni life and college life in Japan. I kind of had like a negative feeling going into Waseda, like it wasn't my first choice, and I only had like one school in my mind that I really wanted to go to, and I didn't get in, and I was really upset. And I was like, okay, like what am I gonna do? Like I have nothing planned other than going to that school. Like I had my whole like, you know, life planned by going to that school, and I didn't get in. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll just go to the school that has the cheapest tuition. It won't like cause my parents any like trouble. Like okay, I'll just stay home. And yeah, so I chose Waseda, and I was like really negative about it, and I was like, okay, I don't really like the school, whatever. And I didn't even try to get to know the school, so I really wish I did. And then yeah, I think I would have had less like not drama, how do you call it, like a negative feel when I went in. But yeah, and so this also kind of goes to my next point. It takes time to get used to it. Like it took me over, I don't know, it's been like I'm a third-year student now, and I'm finally like enjoying myself. Like, I love the people I've met. Like, I love my engineering friends. Like, once I decided to leave engineering, I reached out to people that I really wanted to get to know. They're best friends now, and they're not exactly the people I hang out, like the type of people I would have hanged out with in high school, but they are the best people I've met so far in college, and I love them, and they're so nice, and I love hanging out with them. It takes time. At my first year, I really didn't like Waseda, and I tried so many times to transfer to different schools, and I would like contact my counselor from high school, and I was like, I just can't go to this school anymore, like I really need to transfer. And I tried transferring so many times, but then yeah, I ended up transferring within Waseda, and I think that really suited me better because I just had my work here and I have my life going on here. It was too hard for me to like move to New York, or I really wanted to go to the East Coast, but that was just too much for me. And then COVID came in and it kind of stopped me from the transfer process. And yeah, but yeah, it really takes time to get used to it. I'm finally enjoying myself, and it's already my third year, but it did take time. But you have to do things, and like you have to go out of your way really to like get to know people and get to know the school better, and you know, love the environment you're in. And so it takes time. So it's normal for you to feel like very sad or very like anxious, like I don't know why I'm here, like what I'm doing, like I don't get along with people, but like it takes time. Like obviously you're put into this whole new situation, maybe in a new city, new country, whatever. Like it takes time, like you have to get used to it. Oh, kind of to my next point, talk to your friends back home and like your family back home. I kind of changed a lot when I went to college. Like I was really sad, everyone went to the US and I was just here in Japan, and it wasn't what I was hoping for when I was in high school. It was like, okay, I don't really want to talk to my friends from high school because they're enjoying their life in the US and I'm not here. But in reality, there were so many people that weren't enjoying themselves, and like they were in the same situation as me, and it did take time for them to get used to it. But now I've like started to, you know, get back to my friends and try to talk to them a little bit more, and I'm really happy because, you know, high school was rough at times but fun at times, and I love the people from high school, and I'm so glad that I'm still friends with them. And even if I'm just talking to them once in a while, like it makes me so happy. Like I still know them, and like, you know, I get to know how they're doing and whatever. So yeah, talk to your friends and family. Made your friends in high school and middle school, like you should, you know, keep in touch with them. Like one of my best friends is from Bali, and that was freshman year of high school that I went to Bali, but we're still so close, and like we had like a 4 people group going on, and I still keep in contact with them, and some live in Europe and some live in Bali. And you know, when I'm traveling, like I could like text them and be like, hey, like do you want to meet up, you know, like it's so nice to have people like that in your life. And also, it's okay if you change. Like I've changed so much since high school. I don't know, both in good ways and bad ways. And you know, it might mean that I don't get along with people that I used to hang out with in high school, but or like some people, well actually in high school, like I really didn't reach out to a lot of people, but once I got into college, I was like, okay, I really thought this person was cool, like maybe I want to get to know them a little bit better. And I've like hung out with people, had lunch with people that I never did in high school, from high school, and I love it. Like I love that experience. Like I don't know, I was too much of a socialized in high school, but once I'm in college, like I love hearing about people's stories. Like I love how like talking to them about what they thought about me in high school. Like it's so funny, and yeah, like I love it. It's okay if you change. I've had so many phases. Like I had phases where I had bangs, and like I don't know, I was like, okay, like I just want to go into the J culture, yay. But I don't know, I might have not fit in that well, and now I'm kind of back to like me, like this person me. A lot of people have a lot of phases. Like I know so many of my friends have cut their bangs and like thought they'll like enjoy it, but they're like, oh no, like I want to go back to my old hair. People change, and it's okay, like that happens, you know. It's a big change, like high school to college, and then college to like going out there, working out there. It's so different. Next, make sure you're okay. Like I know there's a lot of change, and you know, I was talking about it takes time to like get used to it. But if you're not okay, like you should stop and just think about, you know, what you really want. Like maybe you don't want to go so far from home. I don't know. If this is not what you want, then don't do it. Like don't hurt yourself. Don't like make it too tough on yourself. But what I've experienced, that it was just, for me it was very like temporary, and I thought I really hated it. But then when I kind of stepped back a little and looked at it from a different perspective, I was like, why am I not enjoying myself? Like this is such a great school. Like I've had such a good experience. Like I'm just ruining it for myself. And yeah, I wish I could have stepped back and looked at it earlier so I could have enjoyed it for longer. But I only have like a year left and I'm kind of freaking out. But yeah, so make sure you're okay. Like, you know, check on yourself once in a while. Okay, next, keep track of what you're doing and like, you know, what you want to do. Like at first you have no idea what you want to do, but then, you know, you kind of get used to it and you have fun. And there are times where you don't keep track of what you're doing and you're like, uh-oh, I don't know what I'm doing. So make sure you have kind of, you know, a path that you maybe want to like follow throughout college so you don't get lost. Because there are people who kind of like step the wrong foot in and like they don't know what to do anymore and they're just kind of stuck. Like they don't really know what they're going to college for. So I don't want you guys to like fall into that. And so yeah, make sure you know what you want to do and keep track of what you want to do. Kind of going back to like the college like application process and like choosing your schools. I mean, I love Waseda, but I wish I kind of chose schools from, you know, my own choice and like not thinking about what other people might want me to do, or, you know, things like that. Like my whole family went to Waseda and I was like, okay, like if I don't go to Waseda, like I'm the only child, like I'm gonna stop that legacy. And I kind of had that in my mind, and I was like, okay, my high school was really expensive. I had to make my parents pay so much. I don't know if I want them to pay for my tuition in the US, like because it's so much more than in Japan. And so I decided going to school in Japan, and it wasn't really exactly, I mean, it was my choice, but like I didn't consider about myself and like what I wanted to study. And I kind of gave up a few of my dreams and I decided to go to Waseda. But I wish I did kind of think about it more and think about what I wanted to do in the future and not get lost in like, you know, what people think and what people might want me to do. And I really wish I didn't do that. When you're making your decision, I think you guys are right now, like make sure you really want to go to that school and it's for yourself and not for anyone else. Like don't go running for a boy, like don't go running for a boy, like don't go running for a boy, like don't do that. Like that's the worst thing. Make sure it's about yourself. Like college applications are for yourself, not for someone else. So I think my last point is have an open mind, like both when you're applying and choosing and when you get there. So when I was applying, I had this one college in my mind and I was like, okay, I'm in love with this school. I want to go there. That's my only option. So I kind of took forever for my application and I was doing everything for that school and I didn't really have any concrete, you know, reason for going to other schools. And so when I applied, I literally only spent my time on that school and not on others. I didn't really get into that. I didn't get into that school, and I didn't get into like this other school that was close by to that school that I wanted to go to. If I didn't get into, I wanted to go, but I didn't get into both because I just spent too much time on my like dream school. And when I didn't get in, I was like, okay, like I don't know what to do, because that was the only thing I had in my mind. I look back at high school, I wish I had more of an open mind to like think about going to other schools, so I could have like made a wiser decision and like applied to more schools, or like maybe found another school that I would have been interested in, and took more time out of, you know, the application process to work on other apps, but I didn't. Because I had that college in mind, I kept on visiting the same school multiple times and I never got to visit the other schools I applied to. So I never went to the West Coast, even though I applied to so many schools on the West Coast. And so when I had to decide on schools, like I never went to the schools that I got into, and I was like, how am I gonna make my decision if I don't even know the vibe of the city or like, you know? So I didn't end up going to those schools. You know, maybe if I went, I would have like fallen in love with the campus or like the people, like, you never know. Like, I wish I had more of an open mind. And going back to like the college life, if I had more of an open mind, like I think I would have enjoyed it longer and earlier. College is full of people that is not from the place that you lived in high school or middle school or, you know, whenever. There's so many people in this one place, and there's just a lot of people, and so if you don't go out of your way to like try to get to know these people, it's very difficult. And I guess I didn't realize that until like pretty later on in my college life, and I regret that. So for you freshmen, or even if you guys are like not in college yet or already in college and are having a hard time, I hope that, you know, what I said kind of makes sense to you and you try to go out of your way. I know with COVID it's really difficult, but you know, once it's all over, or even if it's on Zoom, or, you know, we have Instagram and social media today, like you can reach out to people. I think it's a great platform to do that. I mean, college could get lonely. Like, I felt lonely so many times. It's really difficult, but yeah, keep an open mind, be social, do things, be active. Yeah, I hope this helps. So I think I talked about 10 things. Talk to you guys about 10 things I wish I knew before college, or wish I did before college, wish I had done since I joined or since freshman year. But college is tough sometimes. College is fun too. I hope you guys are successful in your, you know, careers or your college life or whatever. I don't really know if I'm making sense. I hope this helps you guys, and yeah, good luck everyone. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. I hope I can answer them. So I kind of talked about like my experience as well as what I know from other people, but good luck everyone, and thank you for watching my video, and please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye!